So, the Origin mod is a Minecraft mod that adds these things called origins that give you cool mutant powers. It's kind of like a superhero backstory, except with less trauma. This is my review of each origin, including the add-ons. Okay, Avian fucking sucks. I'll come right out and say it. The only real useful thing it provides is slow falling and a slightly faster run, everything else sucks. First off, you're sworn to veganism, so no meat whatsoever, which isn't that bad of a thing when you consider that Minecraft's list of food is mostly fruits and vegetables, but unless you find a village quickly or build the fastest farm known to man, you're gonna have a hard time eating, which is kinda, necessary for survival. Personally, I don't know how you would find this origin enjoyable, but if you just really like floating and eating plants, then go for it. I give it a 2 out of 10, both points coming from the speed and slow falling. Arachnid is actually kind of fun, but it does get boring. You can climb on walls like ladders, which makes parkour and escaping from enemies a lot easier. You can also trap mobs that you fight in Cobweb, which I find useful for hunting. You're also carnivorous, but it's not as bad as being vegan because meat is ridiculously easy to find. A bad side effect is having your health lowered by 3 hearts, but you do get used to it. Overall, it's kinda boring, but useful. I give it a 4 out of 10 for the useful combat techniques and making climbing trees fun. Lightroom is It's It's kind of fun, but it's not extremely useful. You get a permanent elytra, which allows you to glide, and every 30 seconds you're able to burst into the air and fly for a bit. While in flight, your attack damage doubles, but you also take more kinetic damage than usual if you happen to smash into a cliff or fall. You also can't wear armor with a protection value higher than chainmail, so no iron, diamond, or netherite. Not like it matters much anyway, because even if you did want to go mining for iron, you get slowness and weakness in caves since they have a low ceiling. If you like gliding and flying a lot, then I would recommend this one, but I personally give it a 4 out of 10 just because it gets boring quickly, and it does have some use if you get thrown into the air, I guess. Shulk is actually very useful. The only drawback is that sometimes I forget that it's useful. You get natural armor as a Shulk, 3 armor points I think, and it does make you feel very safe. You can also break stone blocks with your bare hands, so that's really good. You also get 9 additional inventory spaces that keep the items in even after death, which is great, but I have no fucking clue where they are. Please tell me where they are. Unfortunately, Shulks can't use shields, which is really inconvenient, and they also exhaust their hunger quicker, which isn't actually that big of a deal since they don't have diet restrictions, but it is kind of annoying. This origin is actually really useful though, and its drawbacks are easily manageable, so I give it a 6 out of 10 for the rock hands, and those really nifty extra inventory spaces that I really want to find. Please tell me where they are! It's a cat! It's a cat! As a feline, you have many cat-like powers at your disposal that are actually very fun to use. You have an increased jump when sprinting, so you can easily leap up 2 blocks whenever desired. You also don't have to worry about any fall damage from those increased jumps, since being feline makes you immune to the cold, hard ground, even when falling at terminal velocity, which is fucking terrifying. Creepers are also scared of you, and you have night vision, which does make the game a lot easier, plus the no fall damage thing. The worst part about this origin is the specific drawback of not being able to mine natural stone that's next to, at most, 2 adjacent natural stone blocks. So you can only mine stone that's touching, like, 1 other stone block because you have weak furry baby arms. Your health also decreases by 1, but it's virtually unnoticeable. This origin is like a 6 out of 10 for me. It's very fun bouncing everywhere, and the game is made a lot easier, except for the stone bit. I find it boring after a while, since it does feel a bit too easy at times, but whatever. This one's just a straight-up Enderman. There's not much to explain here. You can teleport anywhere you want with unlimited ender pearls and 0 teleportation damage. Very nice, by the way. And you have a longer reach with your skinny-ass ender arms. The drawbacks are as expected. You take damage when in contact with water, and pumpkins make the players who wear them disappear from your vision. I'm very, very neutral on this origin. I think it's bland, but pretty useful. It makes traveling long distances very, very easy, but it's also very dangerous if you get accidentally caught in the ocean. I give it a 5 out of 10 half rating for being mediocre at worst and kind of fun at best. Oh yeah, baby, it's Mermaid time! Merling is objectively the best origin. I mean, come on, you're a mermaid. How can you beat that? You can breathe underwater, swim as fast as a boat, break blocks underwater at a regular speed, never sink unless you want to, and see perfectly underwater. The only drawback is that you can't stay outside the water for too long, unless it's raining. And it doesn't matter if you can't go outside the water because there's so many resources in the water that are now easily accessible. Sunken ships are yours for the taking. Underwater ruins are no sweat. The only enemy you ever have to worry about are the drowned, and they're just water-flavored zombies. I guess you also have to worry about guardians, but they're not common enough to worry about. You can't go into the nether or have much of a life on land, but who cares about that when the entire world is the ocean? Gaze upon your king, fishy peasants! This is my world! My world! 9 out of 10. I only docked 1 point because I can't get a brewing stamp by myself. I'm gonna preface this by saying I hate the fucking nether. Every single time I pick a nether spawn origin, it gives me the worst spawn. It's either a Soul Sand Valley or Basalt Delta, which would be fine if it were near a Crimson Warped Forest, but I have never come across one in all the times I deleted and created a new world. Anyway, Blazeborn is pretty cool. You get to be immune to fire and shit. You spawn in the nether, which is fine. Getting into the overworld is a bitch, but there's a lot that can hurt you outside the nether, like water, so I wouldn't recommend going unless you have, like, friends or something. You're also immune to poison and hunger, so that's pretty nifty. I give this origin a 3 out of 10 since I can't fully enjoy it because of the shitty nether spawns. The score would be higher if I could just play the game! Now this is a fun one. Being a phantom makes you able to switch on something called phantom state, which makes you both invisible and able to walk through solid blocks. While outside of phantom state, you are transparent and able to interact with the world like a normal human, but only at night. Turns out that sunlight burns you when you're a phantom, so unless you're constantly in phantom state, the sun is an enemy. And being constantly in phantom state is not suitable because it exhausts hunger quickly, so night is the best time to come out and do whatever it is you want to do. But what Phantom makes up for in these drawbacks is the loads of fun you have in Phantom State. If you play with your friends and like pranks, then Phantom will be a bucket of joy since you can sneak up on people while in Phantom State and hit them while they have no idea where it came from. It's very fun. Very fun. 7 out of 10 for being an enjoyable experience all around. Alright, time for the add-ons now. Florans are plant people, which means they only need sunlight to fill their hunger. It makes living through the night difficult, but you can create an item known as liquid sunlight, which would erase this problem. And don't try to eat anything else because you can't. Only sunlight. Water is also very beneficial since you can regenerate health and increase your attack damage while in it. Unfortunately, you take double the damage from fire, but this problem is easily avoidable. Just don't walk into fire! Also carry a water bucket on you. I give it a 5 out of 10. Kinda useful, but not enough for me to play with it for much more than an hour. Glass Golem is exactly what it sounds like, a classic glass cannon. You inflict 2 times the damage, but you also take 2 times the damage. Fortunately, there are plenty of benefits to being a glass golem, such as never needing to eat or breathe. I mean this seriously, you can't eat anything, which means your hunger is forever empty. This also means you can't sprint, and your health regeneration is slow as fuck. But yeah, I can just stay here, underwater, forever. I give Glass Golem a 3 out of 10. I don't actually like this one all that much since you can't run, and I hate it when a character I control walks like they're moving through honey. Oh, this one. This one's good. Insulin is a lot of fun, though it definitely has its drawbacks. You're 4 times smaller than normal, which is slab height, so you can fit into any nook and cranny. Cacti and berry bushes can't hurt you since you're so goddamn teeny! And you can climb walls like a spider. Your health is unfortunately halved, your attack is 3 times less than normal, and your range is a lot shorter, but come on, this is some top-notch shit here. 7 out of 10, very fun. I feel like a bastard child ready to cause problems on purpose. It's a Piglin. Not much to go off of here. You have a nether spawn,
God help me.
but you aren't immune to fire,
Disgusting.
unless you find your way to the overworld and zombify yourself. Golden tools last longer in your hand and also deals extra damage. Golden armor also reduces damage taken by 8% for each piece you equip, so that's actually really good, and makes gold a lot more valuable and precious. Piglins will also be neutral to you, unless provoked of course. Brutes will always attack you, but fuck them bitches. And you do more damage with crossbows. I don't know how the fuck you'll make a crossbow in the nether, but, you know. Your diet is restricted to meat, which doesn't fucking matter because you're in the nether. What fucking vegetables would grow here? And don't say mushrooms, they have more in common with humans than plants. I give it a 5 out of 10 for the golden armor buffs, but not much else. Disclaimer, I haven't played this one. I didn't want to download the add-on because I have a personal vendetta against vampires. Don't ask. So I'm just gonna list what the mod description says. You can feed on mobs by shift right-clicking them, which will make you stronger as you feed more. As your blood level increases, you get better night vision, a longer attack range, a higher max health, more strength, a short-range teleport dash thingy, and become able to sleep during the day. Vampires cannot die unless it is by sunlight, lightning, drowning, dragon breath, wooden swords, stakes I assume, and weapons with smite. So, kind of overpowered, but whatever. 0 out of 10, because I hate vampires. What the fuck? What the fuck is happening? Oh my god, what the fuck? Where am I? Who am I? Am I you? Am I dead? Am I not dead? Am I a ghost? Am I just an incredibly fucked up ghost? Am I astral projecting? Am I a zombie? What? Where are my things? Can I respond? Where am I? I'm having an existential crisis.